To recap, your ship is sinking rapidly. When I next blow the bosun's whistle, you must quickly scrounge things from your home or office that can help your crew be found and rescued, and collect things to help you survive until you are rescued, or everyone in the lifeboat will perish. Rules. You are accepting full responsibility for your own safety, so do not run. Anyone who hurts themselves may become shark bait. Tips. This part of the ocean is very hot in the day and very cold at night. And another tip, there are always plenty of fish in the sea. I repeat, you are scavenging for things to help you get found and things to help you survive. Near the end of the 2 minutes, I will count down the final seconds for you to wrap up and get back on camera. If you do not get back here on camera within 2 minutes with your haul, you cannot get on the lifeboat. The lifeboat will have left without you. On your marks, get set. You have 2 minutes. What are you waiting for? Scavenge. You have 1 minute left. 1 minute. Fifteen seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cast off the lifeboat. Was there anyone who was not on camera at the whistle? That would be unfortunate. The boat has left without them. However, the crew can decide to turn the boat around and come get them. The crew can extend grace to the individual. I hope that everyone can remember a time when somebody extended grace to you, when someone rescued you. Vote. Show of hands for life-saving. All in favor? Motion is carried. Now, if anyone did miss the boat and is getting rescued, you should not get sentimental. The crew likes you, but they realize you have supplies that they can use, including perhaps dinner. You would be the first to get eaten. So what was that Equip the Lifeboat challenge really about? Partly it's rediscovering that when we feel pressure, our brains can turn to porridge. While foraging, many of you might have felt some stress, some time pressure. And life is full of time pressures and deadlines, but we each can decide how we're going to respond to pressure. Some people handle it easily. I don't. But something I learned as a submariner, when I was literally under great pressure, it was to identify stress, to confess the stress. I learned to say out loud, I'm feeling stressed. When we acknowledge pressure, when we confess our stress, we aren't so quick to project that stress on others. A little pause here. Well, any member of the crew can share how they handled the 2-minute time pressure. I mean, was it easy or was it crazy? Did you like the pressure? You can always say pass, but here's a chance for an optional discussion. The challenge ends with the show and tell. If you want to play the trio team building game, which is called Man the Lifeboat 2, it requires all the items you just brought on camera now. So this part 2 should be played the same session. This is the immediate follow-up to Man the Lifeboat, where everyone scrounged what they could and should still have it within reach. However, y'all don't have enough food or water to last until you're rescued. Just one person needs 8 cups of water a day, so you can do the math. The challenge? In breakout groups of 3 to 5, all of near equal size, your groups have 3 minutes to combine your scrounged materials into tools for 3 aims. 1, collecting rainwater. You might research a solar still and mixing seawater and fresh water. Number 2, catching fish and birds. In just 4 days, fish will start to collect under your hull. A hint, does anyone have hook earrings on? Is anyone within on-camera reach of paper clips or string or something in your desk that might help with catching fish and birds? And number 3, getting rescued. How can you get someone's attention at day and also during the night? It might be in a plane, it might be a distant ship. So the 3 parts is water, catching fish and birds, and getting found. After just 4 minutes, each group comes back and their designate will report for the group in a 1-minute show and tell on their invented survival and rescue tools, how you combined your resources within your small group. There's time pressure, so confess the stress. The challenge is now in the hands of their first mate. Iceberg, dead ahead. And pack ice, and sheet ice, and ice floes. So if we are going to get to safety, our lifeboat must serve as an icebreaker. You are not passengers on this boat, you are the crew. So it is time for the crew to make tea. T for trust, and T for teamwork. You will be put in a breakout room for just 2 minutes with one other person. And each one interviews the other for just 60 seconds for 3 things about themselves. What is their full name? What is their nickname or nicknames? Somewhere interesting they've been that is on or near water. Those are the 3 questions. Now, warning, it's easy to get talking and not get through both interviews in 2 minutes. So use your phone as a 60-second timer. If there's an odd number of crew, and you all look rather odd, the first mate can join to make a pair, or the first mate, being odd person out, could interview themselves in the main room. 60 seconds per interview. That's all you've got. You'll be sent to your breakout rooms. So, what was that challenge really about? It's partly how you see yourself, whether you think the real you is as interesting and as worthwhile as other people. And also to discover if time pressure, stress, and self-consciousness turned your mind into a pumpkin for a moment there. We should confess the stress. But this challenge was mostly about listening. Maybe you find yourself more interesting than the other person, and you find it hard to give time to somebody else, whether it is in a social situation, in your family, or in the workplace. The challenge is always in how we relate to the other. Now, you are all going to find out how well you listened to the other. The first mate can, for time, pick several reporters at random, or everyone can go in order. The person will introduce the other interviewee by full name, their nicknames, and relate somewhere interesting near water that the other has been in as much detail as possible. Be impressive with your detail, if you are listening. If you have time, you can vote on the top 3 interviewers for gold, silver, and bronze, not for their personality or their polish, but for accuracy, for memory, for listening. I'm betting some introverts will win a medal in this event. The first mate has the helm. Ready? Welcome to this challenge. You know, something about being in a boat inspires big fish stories and tall tales. The first mate will soon take you to gallery view or breakout rooms if there are a lot of players, and each of you will share 3 things that have happened to you, but one will not be true. The group will vote on which one of the 3 things you say is false. For example, if the category was danger, I could say that Number 1, I got stuck in an underwater tunnel without any air tanks. Number 2, I was shot between the eyes with a bullet from short range. And number 3, when I was sitting on the ground to take a photograph, a poisonous rattlesnake slid across my lap. Which story is false? It was number 3. It wasn't a rattlesnake, it was a cobra in Jaipur, India, 2012. You can elect to have a round 2 with everyone, or round 2 can be a playoff with the top storytellers from each group competing, and the players vote on who is best. Round 1, 3 strange jobs that you've had. You're only going to have a minute to come up with 2 true things and 1 false, so a notepad might be helpful. Begin round 1. You have only 60 seconds to get your story straight. Time is up. The first mate will put you in breakout rooms for each to tell and then vote. Or everybody stays in speaker view to try and convince the whole group in the main room. First mate, hit pause, stop share screen until the voting is done. If you have finished voting on round 1, and if you have time, round 2 is either for everyone or as a finals for those who fooled the most voters in round 1. The category is begin round 2. You again have only 60 seconds to get your story straight. You know the drill. Time is up. Now each will tell and all will vote. For time's sake, just judge the 3 finalists from round 1 if you need to. The first mate has the helm, so please stop me and end share screen. Good luck. A lot of things have floated by the lifeboat. A lot of clothing. You're going to create a disguise from your own wardrobe, your most colorful, outdated fashions, and your craziest items, wigs or hats or gowns, jackets, your sporting wear, uniforms, costume jewelry, masks, your old glasses from the 2000s, and do anything you can with your hair. And here's the usual bad news. You only have 5 minutes to get it together and get it on camera as a master of disguise.